Hey Jesse, how are you?
Hey Alan, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm good too, thank you. So, do you have any plans for the weekend?
Not really. Why? Do you have something interesting in mind?
I was thinking about Paris. Ever dreamed of visiting the City of Light?
Oh, Paris. It's always been on my bucket list. What made you think of it?
Well, Paris is magical. The Eiffel Tower, the Seine, the art, the culture, it's a dream destination.
Absolutely. Strolling along the Champs-Élysées and watching the sunset from the Eiffel Tower sounds enchanting.
Exactly. And how about visiting the Louvre? It's home to some of the world's greatest art, including the Mona Lisa.
The Louvre. I've read about its glass pyramid entrance and the stunning collections inside. It must be surreal to see it in person.
And don't forget Notre Dame Cathedral. Its Gothic architecture and stained glass windows are breathtaking.
That would be a must-see. Oh, and I've heard the cafes in Paris are incredible. Imagine sipping coffee at a sidewalk cafe while people watching.
That's classic Paris. And we can't miss Montmartre, it's so bohemian and artistic. The view from Sacré-Cœur Basilica is spectacular.
Yes, the cobbled streets and the artists painting in the square, that's the heart of Parisian charm.
Also, we could take a boat ride on the Seine. Seeing Paris lit up at night from the water is unforgettable.
That sounds magical. I'd love to explore the local markets too. Fresh baguettes, cheese, and macarons, Parisian food is irresistible.
Speaking of food, we have to try authentic French cuisine. Escargot, coq au vin, and crème brûlée, it's a culinary paradise.
True. And Paris isn't just about sights and food. The vibe of the city, its history, and romance make it so special.
Couldn't agree more. And did you know their currency is the euro? It's so convenient if you're planning to visit other European countries during the same trip.
That's interesting. I've always thought the euro was a symbol of unity in Europe. And Parisian culture, it's so vibrant and sophisticated.
Absolutely. Paris is known as the cultural capital of the world. Their art, fashion, and literature have shaped global trends for centuries.
Not to forget their lifestyle, the way they savor every moment. I admire how the French prioritize enjoying good food, meaningful conversations, and art.
Yes, they truly have a refined approach to life. And their festivals, like Bastille Day, are a celebration of their rich history and traditions.
That's amazing. The idea of experiencing their art de vivre makes me want to pack my bags and go right now.
Same here. Paris isn't just a place, it's a feeling. A trip there would be unforgettable.
It truly would be. Thanks for this lovely conversation. It feels like I've already had a glimpse of Paris.
My pleasure. Let's turn this dream into reality someday. Until then, keep dreaming about the City of Light.
Absolutely. Speaking of Paris, have you ever thought about how much history the city holds? Places like the Palace of Versailles and the Latin Quarter are so steeped in stories.
Oh, definitely. The Palace of Versailles is a masterpiece. The Hall of Mirrors, the sprawling gardens, it's pure grandeur.
And the Latin Quarter, with its cobblestone streets and bookshops like Shakespeare and Company, feels like stepping into a literary paradise.
That's so true. Paris also has this unique charm where every corner seems to have a story to tell. Even the bridges, like Pont Alexandre III, are architectural wonders.
And isn't Paris the fashion capital of the world? I'd love to visit designer stores in Le Marais and maybe even catch a fashion show.
Absolutely. Paris Fashion Week is iconic, but even the street style there is inspiring. You'd feel like you're walking through a runway.
It's amazing how Paris seamlessly blends the old and the new. The historical landmarks stand proudly alongside modern art installations and bustling shopping districts.
Exactly. And the Parisian culture reflects that too, deeply rooted in tradition but open to innovation. It's what makes the city so dynamic.
I've also read about the Paris Opera House. It's such a majestic building, and attending a performance there would be a dream.
Yes, the Palais Garnier is extraordinary. The opulent interiors, the grand staircase, it's an experience in itself.
And after a day of exploring, just sitting by the Seine, watching the boats go by, would be the perfect way to unwind.
That sounds heavenly. And Paris at night is something else entirely. The way the city lights up, it's no wonder they call it the City of Light.
I'm already picturing it. The Eiffel Tower sparkling, the streets alive with energy, it feels like magic.
Paris has that effect on everyone. It's not just a city, it's an emotion, a timeless experience.
Alan, we have to plan this trip someday. There's so much to see, so much to do, it's impossible not to fall in love with Paris.
I couldn't agree more. Let's make a pact. One day, we'll visit Paris together and experience everything we've talked about.
Deal. Until then, I'll keep dreaming of Paris and planning the perfect itinerary.
Same here. And who knows? Maybe one day, we'll be sitting at a Parisian cafe, looking back at this conversation.
That would be perfect. Thank you, Alan. This conversation has been wonderful.
Anytime, Jessie. Take care, and let's keep this dream alive.
Always. Take care, and see you, Alan.
Okay. See you, Jessie.
Hey, Tony. Long time no see. Where have you been?
Martin. It's so good to see you. I've been busy with work and, oh, guess what? I visited Switzerland a few days ago.
Switzerland? Really? That's amazing. How was it?
Oh, it was incredible. The mountains were majestic, covered in snow like a perfect postcard. Every view was breathtaking, especially the Alps. You wouldn't believe how clean and fresh the air feels there.
That sounds magical. Did you actually get to play in the snow?
Of course. I went skiing for the first time. It was a bit of a disaster at first, I kept falling, but once I got the hang of it, it was so much fun. The powdery snow just makes everything feel so serene.
You're making me want to pack my bags and go right now. What about the currency? Isn't it Swiss francs or something?
Yes, Swiss francs. It was fascinating using their colorful bills. They're so different from ours. Oh, and everything is super organized, even the public transport is spot on. The train rides through the mountains felt like a dream.
Wow, skiing, Swiss francs, train rides. It sounds like you had the time of your life. Did you try their famous chocolates and cheese?
Absolutely. I brought some chocolates for you too. Their cheese fondue is a must-try, and the way they present it is just so classy.
You're the best, Tony. So what else did you do there?
I visited Zurich, Lucerne, and Interlaken. Oh, and I took a cable car right up to Mount Titlis. It was freezing but so worth it. The panoramic views of snow-covered peaks and glaciers were out of this world.
That sounds like a dream trip. Paragliding too, right? You've become quite the adventurer. Yeah. Paragliding in Interlaken was terrifying at first, but once I was up in the air, floating above those stunning landscapes, I didn't want it to end. It was an amazing experience in my life. I'm officially jealous now, and I'm so happy you had this experience. What about me? Should I start saving for Switzerland too? Definitely. It's worth every penny. Let's plan a trip together. And speaking of plans, how have you been? Life's been busy, man. Same old work routine. But I've been reminiscing about our college days, especially during festival events. Those were the golden times. Oh yes, those were the best. Remember how you used to take charge of everything and keep the chaos under control? And you were the entertainer, always cracking jokes and mimicking everyone. You kept the energy alive. Yeah, true. We should organize a reunion and relive those days. Maybe we can all plan a trip, and this time, let's make it Switzerland. That's an idea I can get behind. Let's start reaching out to everyone and make it happen.
Done. But for now, let's catch up properly. It's been too long.
Absolutely. And thanks for the chocolates in advance. Let's plan something soon, okay?
Sure thing, Martin. Take care, and let's make those plans real.
You too, Tony. Talk soon.
Hey Jesse, how are you?
Hey Alan, I'm good. What about you?
Same here. What's your plan for this weekend?
Nothing much. Do you have something in mind?
I have been thinking about planning a short trip to Himachal Pradesh for the weekend. What do you say?
Not a bad idea. I'm up for it. Even I've been tired of doing the same old things every weekend. A trip to the hills sounds refreshing. Do you have a specific location in mind?
How about Kaisal? It's a quaint little place in Himachal, surrounded by lush greenery and mountains. It's about a 12-hour drive, and we can stay in one of the riverside camps there.
Kaisal sounds amazing. Can you tell me more about the place and what we can do there?
Kaisal is a beautiful hill station by the Parvati River. The views are breathtaking, and it's known for its serene atmosphere. We can spend time exploring the village, enjoy the riverside vibes, and take short treks around the area.
That sounds exciting. What specific activities can we do there?
For starters, we can take a trek to Shalal village, which is a short hike from Kaisal. It's peaceful, with beautiful views of the river and the surrounding hills. Then, there's the Kiganga trek, which is a bit longer but totally worth it for the hot springs at the top.
Trekking and hot springs. That sounds perfect. Can we cook our food there, though? I think that would add to the experience.
Most campsites and homestays in Kaisal offer basic cooking facilities or bonfires where you can cook your food. Alternatively, the local cafes serve amazing Israeli and himachali food if you don't want to cook.
Good to know. I'm okay with both options. What else can we do besides trekking?
We can also explore the nearby Manikaran Sahib Gurudwara, which is famous for its hot water springs and peaceful vibes. There are also some scenic spots along the river where we can relax, play games, or even just read a book.
This is sounding better and better. Should we invite more people to join us?
Definitely. I think 5 to 6 people would be ideal. Once we finalize the group, we can sort out the transportation, food, and other essentials.
Should we hire a car or drive on our own?
If we pool resources, hiring a car might be more comfortable for the long drive. But if someone's willing to drive, taking our own car could be fun too. Plus, we'd have more control over our stops along the way. Jesse, did you hear about the cultural fair in Himachal?
Yeah, I did. They'll have local folk dances, handicrafts, and traditional food, right?
Exactly. It's this weekend. Want to visit?
Absolutely. I've always wanted to experience himachal culture up close.
Great. Let's plan for it. It'll be an unforgettable trip.
True. The road trip itself will be fun. We can stop at Darbus for chai and parathas.
Exactly. the journey will be as exciting as the destination. Let's plan to leave early morning so we can enjoy the drive through the mountains during the day.
Agreed. Also, let's make a checklist of things we'll need: warm clothes, trekking shoes, and some snacks for the road.
Good idea. I'll prepare a list and share it with everyone once the group is finalized.
Sounds like a plan. Let's start talking to others today and confirm everything by tomorrow.
Perfect. I'm really looking forward to this. A weekend in himachal is exactly what we need to unwind.
Same here. Let's make it happen. This is going to be an epic trip.
Yeah. Okay, bye. See you tomorrow and take care.
Okay, bye. Take care.